Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So I know it's been a while since I released a video. Life was just busy. I think that's realistically speaking, as much as I would love to create videos all the time, it's just not possible. Work, life, it's busy, and I just don't have time. So I think at least for the foreseeable future, my channel will be a little bit inconsistent. I will do my best. I'm trying to film quite a few videos today because I actually have some time, but I don't always have time. So thank you to all of you who are sticking around, who are still watching my videos. I'm sorry to those of you who are looking for consistency. That's just not something that I can offer at the moment. But believe me, I am trying my best. I do enjoy creating videos for you. I do enjoy talking to you in the comments and sharing our love for fragrances with you. It's just... YouTube is purely hobby for me. It's not a job in any way. I don't make any money here. So, this is kind of the last priority. Everything else takes precedence. So that's what happens. Anyways, I'm really happy to be back. And I thought the first video I'm going to make, or actually two videos that I'm going to make, are some of my favorite videos to make. And that is testing new fragrances and telling you all about that. When I started this YouTube journey, I think my favorite videos for a long time were hauls, because it's fun getting new bottles and showing them to you and sharing them with you. But that's no longer the case because I'm not doing a lot of purchasing at all. I love testing new fragrances, and what I've learned is that I don't need to have a full bottle of everything that I test or everything that I love. Some fragrances have a place in my collection and some don't, and that is totally okay. Anyways, I have been testing quite a lot of fragrances. Some of them are brand new releases, some of them are newish releases, some of them are just some popular fragrances that I've never got a chance to test before. And so because there's so many, I'm going to split it into two parts and share some of them with you today. And the second part I'll share in the next video. Okay, let's not waste any more time and let's start with the two brand new releases from Atelier de Wars. Okay, so they released two new gorgeous fragrances. Well, at least we know that the bottles are absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God, I was so tempted just to buy them, especially buy one of them. But I'm being really good these days. I test fragrances first. So I got samples of these. Now, the first one we're going to talk about today is the one that comes in a very light pink bottle, and it is called Villa Primrose, something like that. Now, as always, because these are brand new fragrances on this channel, I've never talked about them before. I am going to share with you the notes and then tell you what I think about them and what they smell like to me. So this fragrance has the notes of pear, pink pepper, cardamom, ambrette, rose, iris, musk, amberwood, and leather. The notes look nice, nothing that really stands out to me, but at the same time, they look interesting. I do love the note of pear in fragrances, and I was kind of hoping that this note would really stand out here. Unfortunately for me, I don't really get pear pretty much at all. To me, this fragrance is very rose-centric. Rose is the strongest note in here. It's the one that's at the forefront for the entire life of this fragrance. It never changes. Now, the rose is fresh, young. This is more like probably pink rose. It has maybe a touch of greenness to it, a little bit of depth. Leather, I'm not getting either. Maybe a little bit of ambrette I'm picking up in here. But mostly it's a fresh, young, slightly musky type of rose. Is it pretty? Yes. Is it anything interesting? Is it anything that we haven't seen before? Is it anything outstanding? No. To me, it is not. It is very, very run-of-the-mill rose fragrance. Pretty, but nothing special, nothing to write home about. And although the bottle looks stunning, I mean, obviously the price on these fragrances is crazy, so I don't think the price justifies the scent profile. So for me, this fragrance is a definite no. Okay, second new release from Atelier, which I was so excited about. Like this one, I almost blind bought. This one comes in a gorgeous light blue bottle, and it is called Blue Madeleine. Madeleine, again, not sure of the pronunciation. Now, when I looked at the notes, this looked very much gourmand. And you know, gourmands are my weakness. So I thought, oh, this is going to be so good. So the notes in here are cinnamon, bergamot, pink pepper, black tea, milk, rose, sandalwood, pearl balsam, praline. Interesting. Wasn't sure how like pearl balsam fits into this picture, but still I thought interesting. This is going to be lactonic. This is going to be gourmand, sweet, spicy. That's what I was expecting. Now, what did I get? Unfortunately, I didn't get any of that. I can't say that this is lactonic, honestly. Maybe because I know that there is a note of milk, I pick up very, very slight touches of milkiness. But I think if I didn't look at the notes, I would not pick out that there is a note of milk in here. Cinnamon, not really. This doesn't smell gourmand in any way. This doesn't smell lactonic in any way. For some reason, this fragrance is also very much rose-centric to me, just like the first one that we talked about. I never expected it to be about a rose, but it is. That's what I get most of it. Bergamot, yes, there is some freshness in here. Tea, yes, there is a little bit of tea, but I don't think there's a lot of tea here either. There is, I don't know, some kind of slightly green, slightly fresh vibe going through it. Maybe it's the green tea. I don't know. Is it green tea? No, it says black tea, but I would almost say it leans more towards green tea than black tea. Rose. This is also about a rose. It has slight creamy vibe. And what I mean by creamy, it's not that it's smooth creamy, but it slightly smells like some kind of face cream, like expensive face cream. A little bit. So this one, I was highly disappointed in this one. It's not that it's unpleasant, but it's not at all what I expected. It's completely different. The notes and how it smells, they don't correspond, in my opinion. The price is not justified. Again, this is pretty simple. You can find something similar to that anywhere. So yeah, this one is disappointing for me, and this is a no for me as well. So unfortunately for me, not saying that these are bad fragrances in any way, because they are not. Both of them are pleasant, pretty. But for me, both of the new releases from Atelier are a no. Now, you know my love for the House of Xerjoff, and I want to try all new releases that they come out with. And I think it was towards the end of last year, probably, when they came out with the newest fragrance in their Torino line. They have Torino 21, 22. I've talked about both of these on my channel. I actually have a bottle of Torino 21. And they came out with Torino 23. So of course I had to try it. I kind of suspected based on the notes that this is most likely not going to be my cup of tea. But then Torino 21 also didn't look to be my cup of tea. And it surprised me and I loved it and I got a full bottle. So I thought, well, who knows? This one might surprise me as well. So what are the notes here? We have mint, lemon, basil, thyme, blackcurrant, rosemary, lavender, jasmine. So this is a very green scent, and that's how it comes off. It's very green. It's very aromatic. You know, there is like, what is it? Thyme, lavender, rosemary, all of this is here. And I can't say that I can distinguish these notes separately, like nothing. I can't say that lavender really stands out to me or rosemary. No, but it is extremely aromatic. All of these put together make it very aromatic, very green. And then together with that greenness, I do get a little bit of black currant sweetness. And it kind of makes it a little bit unpleasant. I almost feel like that fruity sweetness interferes with the other elements of this fragrance. Yeah, they kind of don't go together. I wish it stayed more fresh, more bright. I wish I got some mint in this, which I don't get mint at all. Yeah, that's how I pick it up. So it's not horrible by any means. It's definitely not my cup of tea. It's a no for me. But I think there could be people out there that would like this. Maybe even, although this is unisex, I think maybe more men will gravitate towards this fragrance than women. If I had to recommend, I definitely say Torino23 is much, much better. Yeah. So for me, Torino23 is a no. Okay, next. There are several fragrances that came out probably a year or maybe even a little bit more ago. I would say about a year ago that I've been wanting to try so much. I'm talking about the X line of Nishane. So we have Ani X, Hacivat X, 100 Silent Ways X, and maybe even a few more. Now, if you watched me for a while, you might remember that I blind bought Ani X at the very end of last year. It was a risk. It was a great risk that paid off. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful scent. Now, I did not want to blind buy Hacivat or 100 Silent Ways, which are the ones that I really wanted to test. So it took me a while, but I finally was able to sample these fragrances. And so let me tell you, what do they smell like? Are they better than the originals? Do I want to get a full bottle? Now, which one are we going to start with? I got a blotter for 100 Silent Ways X. So let's talk about this one first. So the notes in this one are peach, tuberose, mandarin orange, gardenia, jasmine, heliotrope, iris, leather, vanilla, patchouli. Now, I don't remember exactly the notes in the original 100 Silent Ways, but I think generally speaking, they're very similar. How does it smell? And it smells similar as well. To me, what the difference is that this one, the X version, is actually much lighter. It's not as punchy as the original. Like, the punchiness of the original is what I absolutely love about it. It's one of my most used fragrances, has been for years. The florals with all the sweetness of the vanilla, bringing it together and being like pretty heavy on the sweetness and pretty punchy. I love it about that scent. Love it. And this one feels a lot more subdued. Like, I sort of get the same elements of white florals and the sweet vanilla, but it's a lot more subdued. And there is just a tiny, tiny, tiny touch of leather in here. Very, very light. So, does it smell nice? Yes, absolutely. It smells nice. It smells quite similar to the original, just more subdued, weaker. That's how I pick it up. So, do I want to have a full bottle? Absolutely not. I don't need a full bottle. I enjoy the original more. I love how punchy it is, and I don't need a more subdued version of that. Would I recommend it? Honestly, no. I would still recommend the original over this one. But that's my opinion. You know, if you find that one to be too much, you might like this one more. But for me, the original still rules. Okay, now let's talk about Hacivat X. Now, although I don't have a full bottle of the original, I have tested it multiple times and I enjoy it so much. In fact, it's been on my kind of wish list for a long time, and I might eventually, bite the bullet and buy it. Well, original or the X, we'll find out which one, but I do enjoy that scent so much. I mean, it is, similar to Creed Aventus. In my mind, to me, it is much better than Aventus. Like, if I was choosing, I would go with Hacivat any day. And it is considered, I guess, a masculine scent, maybe, but I think it is completely unisex. I think women can wear it as well. So let's talk about the X version. The notes in here are pineapple, bergamot, pink pepper, lime, orange blossom, jasmine, vetiver, cedar, patchouli. Again, I don't remember exactly the notes of the original, but they look very, very similar. You have that fresh, citrusy, pineapple kind of scent. That's what it smells like, with a bit of vetiver and a bit of patchouli and a little bit of woodiness. It's really, really nice. This one is also very, very similar to the original. I think it is. I don't even know exactly how to describe the difference. I think in my mind, it is very, very minute. It's very minute. Maybe in the original, the pineapple is just slightly more pronounced. And kind of those earthy green elements are a little bit less pronounced to me. They're a little bit stronger here, but overall, very similar. So here, take a pick. Like, choose whichever one you prefer. I think I would still go with the original. I don't know why, but I would still go with the original, maybe because, like I said, to me, pineapple is a touch stronger in it, but either one is okay. Do you need both? Definitely not. Okay, next one, really exciting release. I think it's the newest release from Initio, and although it came out, a few months ago, it is still very new. Narcotic Delight. I'll be honest with you, I almost blind bought this fragrance on multiple occasions. I put it in and out of my cart so many times. When I look at the notes, I think, oh my God, this is amazing. This is what I want. I need to buy it so I can still use it while the weather is cold. And then something kept stopping me. I thought, but what if it doesn't smell how the notes look, What if it's something completely different? This is going to be a really expensive fail. So I decided to, keep my cool, be patient, get a sample, and then based on that, decide if I need a full bottle or not. Now, the notes, I think, look fantastic. We have cherry, pink pepper, black pepper, cognac, Gideon, tobacco, vanilla. Many people were saying that this is kind of similar to Side Effect, but kind of a more maybe sweet and slightly feminine version of Side Effect. And I've always liked Side Effect, but I never purchased that fragrance because I thought maybe it is just a touch masculine, And I wish it was a little bit sweeter. And when the reviews started coming in, and that's what people were saying about this one, I thought, that's a shoo-in. This is what I've been waiting for, and that's why I was so close to blind buying it. And there's cherry in here. I love cherry in fragrances. So, what do I think about it? I'm really relieved that I didn't blind buy it because this is not for me. This is not a bad fragrance, but this is not what I expected it to smell like at all. Cherry. Let's start with that. It's so minute in here that it's almost unnoticeable. Cherry, this is not a cherry scent. If you're thinking this is a cherry scent, it is not a cherry scent. Does it have tobacco, cognac? Yes, it has that a little bit of booziness, a little bit of smokiness. Pepper, a little bit of pepper. But what I get in here, and I don't understand where it's coming from because the notes don't connect to what I'm getting. I am getting something quite aromatic, especially in an opening. It is quite aromatic. Yes, that goes away in a dry down and it becomes a little more round, a little more sweet, but the opening is quite aromatic and I don't understand where it's coming from. And it's not very sweet, and it doesn't have cherry, or it barely has any cherry, and I don't think it's better than Side Effect. I would still say Side Effect is better. They're not identical. Do they have similarities? Yes, they have some similarities. But this one, I also found disappointing. It's not bad. It's not completely off-putting to me, but it's not the kind of scent that I can wear. It's not the kind of scent I want to have in my collection. So for me, it's a no. And you know, I just realized so far, all the fragrances have been no's. You know, as always, I'm honest with you. If it's not for me, it's not for me. And then again, keep in mind, we all have different tastes. These did not work for me. These are not the fragrances I want to have in my collection, but these might be amazing for you. So as always, take all of the reviews with a grain of salt. In a previous testing video, I talked about a house called Private Mood, and I talked about a number of their fragrances. There was one that I couldn't get at the time that I was able to get now, and I want to mention it to you. This is called Berrylicious. Now, the notes look really nice. This looks like a gourmand, lemon blossom, sweet orange, red berries, rose, and vanilla. Now, I was not super impressed with the other Private Mood fragrances. They were all okay, but nothing interesting. They all were light. Yes, they did not impress me. And unfortunately, I have to tell you, this one doesn't impress me either. It is also light. It doesn't project. It doesn't last. It's it's a vanilla that's a little bit fruity and a little bit fresh. Yeah, that's really what it is. It's essentially a simple vanilla scent. I can't even say much about it. Is it nice? Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty. We have so many scents like that. We have so many scents in this scent profile that are so much better. So unfortunately, no, this one is a no as well. I would not recommend this one. Okay, and we have the last one. This is a new release from Rosendo Mateu, and this is number 8. Now, let's start with the notes. Apple, pineapple, citruses, pear, amber, cinnamon, rose, patchouli, iris, vanilla, cedar, guaiac wood, and vetiver. In all honesty, I was ordering some kind of samples from somewhere, and I needed another sample to either make shipping go down or make it a free shipping. I don't remember. And I decided to get this one. I just couldn't choose anything else. It's not like I was super interested in this fragrance. In fact, I haven't even heard about this release until I saw it on the site where I was ordering from. And this fragrance was a complete shock and surprise. I love it. I really love it. This is so good, especially for the summer. Now, I've seen, if I remember correctly, some reviews on Fragrantica comparing it to things like either Lamar or the Hub from Kajal, or even maybe some people mentioning Herbal Pur or something like that. No, it's not. In my opinion, it's not. Now, does it have similar elements? Yes. Is it kind of in a similar category? Yes. But does it smell different? Yes. This is fruity, citrusy, very fresh. The note that makes this fragrance for me is apple, green apple, and it's not always a good note for me. Sometimes I don't get along with green apple, but here, together with citruses, oh my God, this is mouth-watering. This is like quench your thirst type of scent, like wearing this in hot weather. I think it's so beautiful. This scent, I fell in love with it. It's completely intoxicating. It's sort of, in a way, it's sort of nothing new and maybe nothing overly complex, and yet there is something very catchy and very beautiful in this scent. It is a little bit, a little bit ambery, maybe a touch woody, but overall it's citruses and apple and maybe a little bit of pineapple that are the main players here, even though these notes are the top notes, but I feel like they stay for the duration of the life of this fragrance. They never go away. This is what this fragrance is about for me. For the summer, absolutely beautiful. This fragrance is going on my wish list for sure. I don't want to purchase it for a full price because it's a little bit high. I think I can wait. I have patience. I will wait until I can find it for at least a bit of a discount. But yes, this is the one that I want to add to my collection. So we've had a lot of no's in this video, but as you can see, we finished on a positive note. This one really impressed me. And yeah, Rosendo Mateu number 8 gets 2 thumbs up from me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, please share it with me. What have you tested recently? Do you have any recommendations for me? And what are your thoughts on some of the fragrances that I talked about? Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe, and to comment. And I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.